Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Chan, and for today's video, I will be having a CALLAN lesson, particularly stage 2, new word.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Can
Hello.
go.
Nice to see you again.
Okay, nice to see you again. How are you this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm okay.
Oh, are you working now?
Yes, I'm working now, work at home.
Ah, I see. And is it cold this afternoon?
Today it's
Mm-hmm.
not cold, little bit warm today.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome back, Kango. And we'd like to have another Kalan lesson. And last time,
Mm-hmm.
your progress was in your work until stage 2. Paragraph
Mm-hmm.
78, the last head word was father, right?
Yes.
Okay, and now we will have your daily revision. A moment, please.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start now your daily revision. What's the
Mm-hmm.
negative of can? What's the negative of can? The negative of
The
can
negative
is
of
cannot.
can is cannot.
What's the contraction of cannot? What's the contraction of cannot? The contraction
The
of cannot
contraction of
is
cannot is can't.
correct. Can you speak Korean? Can you speak Korean? No, I can't speak
No,
Korean.
I can't speak Korean.
Okay, for example, this is here the table. Can you put the table into your pocket? Can you put the table into your pocket? No, I can't put
No, I
the
can't
table
put the
into my
table
pocket.
into my pocket.
Can you touch the ceiling? Can you touch the ceiling? No, I can't
No,
touch
I
the
can't
ceiling.
touch the ceiling.
How much is a quarter of 40? How much is a quarter of 40? 10 is a quarter
10 is a
of
quarter
40.
of 40.
How much is a quarter of 1,000? How much is a quarter of 1,000? 250 is a
250
quarter
is a
of a
quarter
thousand.
of 1,000.
Not of thousand, of a
Of
thousand.
1,000.
What's a quarter of 10? What's a quarter of 10? Two and a
Two
half
and a
is
half
a quarter of
is a
10.
quarter of 10.
What's a quarter of 5? What's a quarter of 5? One and a quarter,
One and
not
quarter.
a quarter, one and a quarter,
One
and
and
a
quarter.
quarter
One and a quarter
is a quarter of 5.
is a quarter of 5.
Okay, good. Are you teaching me English? Are you teaching me English? No, I'm not teaching
No,
you
I'm not
English.
teaching you
I'm learning
English.
English
I'm
from
learning
you.
English from you.
Do you learn Spanish? Do you learn Spanish? No, I don't learn
No, I
Spanish.
don't learn
I learn
Spanish.
English.
I learn English.
Yes. Do you like learning a language? Do you like learning a language? Yes, I like learning
Yes,
a
I like
language.
learning a language.
Okay, let's say for example, her, does she like learning a language? Does she like learning a language? Yes, she likes
Yes, she likes
learning a language.
learning a language.
Okay, yes, good. And a moment. Okay, is English grammar difficult? Is English grammar difficult? No, English
No,
grammar
English
isn't
grammar
difficult.
isn't
It's
difficult.
easy.
It's easy.
Is Chinese an easy language to learn? Is Chinese an easy language to learn? No, Chinese
No,
isn't
Chinese
an easy
isn't
language
an easy
to
language
learn.
to learn.
It's a difficult
It's a
language to
difficult
learn.
language to learn.
Is it difficult for you to speak your language? Is it difficult for you to speak your language? No, it isn't
No, it
difficult
isn't
for me
difficult
to
for
speak my
me to
language.
speak my
It's
language.
easy.
It's easy.
Is it generally easy for people to write with their left hand? Is it generally easy for people to write with their left hand? No, it
No,
isn't
it
generally
isn't
easy for
generally
people
easy for
to
people
write
to
with their
write
left hand.
with your left hand,
With not with your,
with
with their
with
left hand.
with their left hand.
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
Okay, yes. For example, I have here my pencil. Okay, what's my pencil doing? What's my pencil doing? Your pencil's
Your
hanging
pencils
between
hanging
your
between
finger and thumb,
your finger and thumb.
or your finger and your thumb.
Hmm?
Your finger
Your
and your
finger
thumb.
and your thumb.
Okay, yes, right. And here is the ceiling. Is
Hmm?
there a light hanging from the ceiling? Is there a light hanging from the ceiling? Yes, no.
Yes,
There's a light.
there is a light.
There's a light
There's a light
hanging from the ceiling.
hanging from the ceiling.
Okay, yes, good. And here, is there a map hanging on that wall? Is there a map hanging on that wall? Yes, no?
Yes.
There's a map
There is a
hanging
map
on that wall.
hanging on that wall.
Okay, good. Do you go home after the lesson by car, by bus, by train, or do you walk home? Do you go home after the lesson by car, by bus, by train, or do you walk home? I go home or I walk home.
I walk home
After the lesson,
after the
I
lesson.
don't go by car,
My car,
by bus, or by
by bus,
train.
or by train.
Which do you prefer, to walk or to go by car? Which do you prefer, to walk or to go by car? I prefer to,
I prefer to buy car.
not to by car. I prefer to go
I
by
prefer to
car.
go by car.
Do you come to school by train or by bus? Do you come to school by train or by bus? I come to school
I
by.
come to school by train.
Okay, good. And here, any answer is okay. Does he
Mhm.
come to school by train or by bus? Does he come to school by train or by bus? He comes to school
He comes to school by
by.
bus.
Okay, yeah, right. And are you married? Are you married? Yes, no.
Yes.
I'm married.
I'm married.
Is Mr. Brown single? Is Mr. Brown single? No, Mr. Brown
No, Mr.
isn't
Brown
single.
isn't single.
He's married.
He is married.
Is Miss Brown married? Is Miss Brown married? No, Miss Brown
No, Miss
isn't
Brown
married.
isn't
She's
married.
single.
She's single.
Has Mr. Brown got a wife? Has Mr. Brown got a wife? Yes, Mr. Brown's
Yes, Mr. Brown's
got a wife.
got a wife.
Has Mrs. Brown got a husband? Has Mrs. Brown got a husband? Yes, Mrs. Brown's
Yes, Mrs.
got
Brown's
a husband.
got husband.
Not got husband, got a husband.
Got a husband.
Okay, yeah. Is Mrs. Brown's husband standing behind the house? Is Mrs. Brown's husband standing behind the house? No, Mrs.
No,
Brown's
Mrs.
husband
Brown's
isn't
husband
standing
isn't
behind
standing
the house.
behind the house.
He's standing
He's
in front
standing
of the
in
house.
front of the house.
Okay, yes, good. What's your mother's name? What's your mother's name? My mother's name is.
My mother's name is Harumi.
Okay. What's your father's name? What's your father's name? My father's name
My
is.
father's name is Kentaro.
Yeah. What's your father's wife's name? What's your father's wife's name? My father's
My
wife's
father's
name
wife's
is.
name is Harumi.
What's your mother's husband's name? What's your mother's husband's name? My mother's
My
husband's
mother's
name
husband's name
is.
is Kentaro.
Okay, great. And okay, good. That ends with our daily revision. Let's have now our new work. Repeat. Child.
Child.
Children.
Children.
Only child.
Only child.
Okay, listen. Child is a noun and the plural of child is children. So only is an adjective which means one or sole. Okay, for example, my mother and father have got 2 children, so I'm not an only child. Okay, let's practice. What's the plural of child? What's the plural of child? The plural of
The
child
plural
is
of
children.
child is children.
How many children have your mother and father got? How many children have your mother and father got? My mother and
My
father
mother and
have
father
got.
have got 2 children.
Okay, yeah. Are you an only child? Are you an only child? Yes, no?
No,
I'm not an only child.
I'm not an only child.
Okay, good. Repeat. Call.
Call.
Mom.
Mom.
Dad.
Dad.
Okay, listen. So we call this a mouth, we call this a shirt, we call this an elbow, etc. And another example, people generally call their mother and father mom and dad. And yeah, let's practice. What do we call this? What do we call this? We call that an
We call
arm.
that an arm.
Okay, and what do we call this? What do we call this? We call that a
We call
shoulder.
that a shoulder.
What do we call the people in France? What do we call the people in France? We call the people
We call
in
people.
we
in-
call
We call
the people in
the
France
people in France
French.
French.
What do we call the thing we wear on our heads? What do we call the thing we wear on our heads? We call the thing
We call the thing
we wear on our
we wear
heads
on our head
a hat.
a hat.
What do people generally call their mother and father? What do people generally call their mother and father? People generally
People
call
call people generally call
their mother and
their
father
mother and father
mom and dad.
mom and dad.
Okay, good. And repeat one the other.
One the other.
Okay, listen. So one the other, for example, both my hands aren't on the table. So one's on the table and the other's on my arm. Okay, let's practice. Are both my hands on the table? Are both my hands on the table? No, both
No,
your
both
hands
your hands
aren't on the table.
aren't on the table.
One's on the table
One's on the
and the
table
others,
and
not
others
and others, and the others
and the
on
others
your arm.
on your arm.
Good. Are both my hands closed? Are both my hands closed? No, both your
No,
hands
both your hands
aren't closed.
aren't closed.
One's closed
One's
and
closed
the other's open.
and the others closed. Open.
Again, and the other's open.
And the other open.
Not the other, and the other's open.
And the others open.
Yeah, because the other is open, so the other's open.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, and here this one, this chart. This one, gray, red, and gray. Are both these pencils red? Are both these pencils red? No, both
No,
those
both those
pencils
pencils
aren't red.
aren't red.
One's red
One's red
and the other's gray.
and the other's gray.
Good. Repeat. Kind.
Kind.
Okay, listen. Kind is a noun. For example, here. So this is a book. And what kind of book is this? So you can say it's an English book. And another example here, what kind of room is this? So you can say it's a classroom. And another example, what kind of car do you prefer? So you can say I prefer a sports car or any car. Okay, let's practice. What's this? What's this? It's a
It's a
book.
book.
Okay, it's a book. What kind of book is this? What kind of book is this? It's an English book.
It's an English book.
Okay, and here, what kind of room is this? What kind of room is this? It's a classroom.
It's a classroom.
Yes. What kind of car do you prefer? What kind of car do you prefer? I prefer.
I prefer sports car.
Okay, yes. And we are now in lesson 15. Okay, so this time, Kango, we will learn about preposition. Again, we will learn about preposition. Yeah, okay. Listen. The words on, under, in, from, etc. are prepositions. For example, you come from Japan. I come from the Philippines. Okay, let's practice. Give me some examples of prepositions, please. Give me some examples of prepositions, please. Some examples
Some examples
of prepositions
of prepositions
are on,
are
under,
on,
in,
under,
and from.
in, at from,
And from.
and from.
Where do you come from? Where do you come from? I come from.
I come from Japan.
Yes. Where do I come from? Where do I come from? You come from the Philippines.
You come from the Philippines.
Okay, good. And listen. So when we use the question, when we use question words, like for example, when we use the words what, which, and where, so we put the preposition last in the sentence. Okay, for example, here I will type. Okay, for example, we do not say from where do you come from. So this is wrong. But we say where do you come from. So preposition from is at the end. Another example, we do not say on what are you putting the book. So it's wrong. We say what are you putting the book on. So on is at the end. Okay, let's practice. What do we speak with? What do we speak with? We speak with our
We speak with
mouths.
our mouth.
Okay, good. And here's the table. For example, where am I taking the book from? Where am I taking the book from? You're taking the book
You are taking
from
the
the
book
table.
from the table.
Okay, I have here my pencil. What am I putting the pencil under? What am I putting the pencil under? You're putting the
You are
pencil
putting the pencil
under the table.
under the table.
Yes. What are you sitting on? What are you sitting on? I'm sitting on a
I'm
chair.
sitting on the chair.
Not on a chair.
On a chair.
Yes, on a chair. Repeat north,
North,
south,
south,
east,
east,
west,
west.
cardinal point,
Cardinal point.
Paris.
Paris.
Okay, listen. So, north, south, east, and west are the four cardinal points. Okay, for example, Greece isn't west of Italy, so it's east in Italy. And another example, Paris isn't in the south of France, it's in the north of France. And another example, Germany isn't east or west of Italy, so it's north of Italy. Let's practice. Tell me the names of the four cardinal points, please. Tell me the names of the four cardinal points, please. The names of
The names
the
of
four cardinal
the four cardinal
points are
points
north,
are north,
south, east,
south,
and west.
east, and west.
Is Greece west of Italy? Is Greece west of Italy? No, Greece
No,
isn't
Greece
west of
isn't
Italy.
west of
It's
Italy.
east of
It's
Italy.
east of Italy.
Is Paris in the south of France? Is Paris in the south of France? No, Paris
No, Paris
isn't in the south
isn't in the
of
south
France.
of France.
It's in the north
It's in the
of
north
France.
of France.
Is Germany east or west of Italy? Is Germany east or west of Italy? Germany isn't
Germany isn't
east or west
east or west
of Italy.
of
It's
Italy.
north of Italy.
It's north of Italy.
Okay, good. And repeat place.
Place.
Some of.
Some of.
Okay, listen. Place is a noun. For example, there are three places in this room. And another example, there's somebody sitting in that place. And another example, the names of some of the places I like in this country are Cebu, Manila, and Boracay. Okay, let's practice. How many places are there in this room? How many places are there in this room? There are,
There are
let's say, three places
three places
in that room.
in that room.
Okay, yeah. And is there anybody sitting in that place? Is there anybody sitting in that place? Yes, there is
Yes,
somebody
there's
sitting
somebody
in that
sitting
place.
in that place.
Yeah. Tell me the names of some of the places you like in that country. Tell me some of the places you like in that country. The names of
The names of
some of the places
some of the
I
places
like in this country
I like in this country
are
are school.
Osaka. Places. Osaka
Place.
or
Okay,
Okinawa, Hokkaido.
Osaka, Okinawa, Hokkaido. Okay.
Yes.
Tokyo,
Okay, etc.
etc.
Yes. Repeat opposite.
Opposite.
Okay, listen. The opposite of long is short. The opposite of large is small, etc. Let's practice. What's the opposite of high? What's the opposite of high? The opposite of
The
high is
opposite of
low.
high is low.
What's the opposite of behind? What's the opposite of behind? The opposite
The
of
opposite
behind
of
is
behind
in front
is
of.
in front of.
What's the opposite of tall? What's the opposite of tall? The opposite of
The
tall is
opposite of
short.
tall is short.
What's the opposite of the verb to teach? What's the opposite of the verb to teach? The opposite
The
of the
opposite
verb to
of the
teach
verb teach
is to learn.
is to learn.
Yes. Repeat without.
Without.
Okay, listen. The opposite of with is without. For example, we can write with a pen or a pencil, but we can't write without a pen or a pencil. Let's practice. What's the opposite of with? What's the opposite of with? The opposite
The
of
opposite
with
of
is
with
without.
is without.
Can we write without a pen or a pencil? Can we write without a pen or a pencil? No, we can't
No,
write
we can't
without
write
a pen
without a pen
or a pencil.
or a pencil.
Can we speak without opening our mouths? Can we speak without opening our mouths? No, we can't speak
No, we can't
without
speak
opening
without
our
opening
mouths.
our mouth.
Can you read without wearing glasses? Can you read without wearing glasses? Yes, no.
Yes,
I can read
I
without
can
wearing
read without
glasses.
wearing glasses.
Okay, good. And this time, can go. We will learn about verb and noun.
Mhm.
Okay, again, we'll learn about verb and noun. Okay, so repeat translation.
Translation.
Okay, listen. A verb is a word we use for an action. For example, take, put, open, close, etc. are verbs. A noun is the name of a thing. For example, book, picture, wall, etc. are nouns. So the word translate is a verb, whereas the word translation is a noun. And the word mean is a verb, whereas the word meaning is a noun. Okay, let's practice. What's the difference between a verb and a noun? What's the difference between a verb and a noun? The difference
The
between
difference
a verb
between
and a
a verb
noun
and a
is
noun
that a verb
is that a verb
is a word
is is what
is a word
is a
we
word
use for an
we use
action,
for an action,
whereas a noun
whereas a
is the
noun,
name of a
the
thing.
name of a thing,
Again, is the name of a
is the
thing.
name of a thing.
Okay, yeah. Give me an example of a verb, please. Give me an example of a verb, please. Take is a verb.
Take is a verb.
Okay, yeah. Give me an example of a noun. Give me an example of a noun. Book is a noun.
Book is a noun.
Correct. Is the word translation a verb or a noun? Is the word translation a verb or a noun? The word
The
translation
word
is a
translation is a
noun.
noun.
Okay, great. And Kengo, we only have less than 5 minutes, so that's all for our
Mhm,
new work today.
mhm,
Okay, we'll have another reading. You read last time
mhm,
until stage 1, paragraph
mhm,
29. The last head word was ordinal. Is this
mhm.
right?
Yes,
Ordinal.
ordinal.
Okay, so Kengo, please continue reading from the next. By the way, are you done reading with all the questions?
Hmm? What was the question?
Are you done reading with all the questions of the head word ordinal?
I've already read the all question.
Sure. Now, please continue reading from the next head word. Last,
Next.
please.
Okay, last.
Last.
Okay. Okay, last, which is the last letter of the alphabet. G is the last letter of the alphabet. Is A the last letter of the alphabet? No, A isn't the last letter of the alphabet. It's the first letter of the alphabet. Give. Take the book, please. Give me the book, please. What's he doing? He's giving you the book. Take the book, please. Give him the book, please. What's he doing? He's giving him the book. And French, German, Italian, English. Are you French or German? No, I'm not French or German. I'm Japanese. Am I Italian or French? No, you aren't Italian or French. You are English. Are the students German or English? The students are German. My, your. Is this your book? No, it isn't my book. It's your book. Is that my dress? No, it isn't your dress. It's my dress. His, her. Are these his boots? No, they aren't his boots. They're her boots. Are these her shoes? No, they aren't her shoes. They're his shoes. Is this his bag? No, it isn't his bag. It's her bag. Is this her suit? No, it isn't her suit. It's his suit. What color's his suit? His suit's black. Our, your, their. Are these our shoes? No, they aren't our shoes. They are their shoes. What color are their shoes? Their shoes are black. Are these their books? No, these aren't their books. They're our books. Where are our books? Our books are on the table. All. Are all the walls in this room white or green or
Or
blue?
only or white, only
Okay.
one.
White. Yes. All the walls in this room are white. Are all the books in this room English books? Yes, all the books in this room are English books. Are all the students sitting? Yes, all the students are sitting. Next page.
Yes.
Person, people. What's the plural of person? The plural of person is people. How many people are there in this room? There are 3 people in this room. How many people are there in this town? There are 1 million people in this town. Coming from. What am I doing? You are coming from the door. Am I coming from the window? No, you aren't coming from the window. You are going to the window. Am I going to the window? No, you aren't going to the window. You are coming from the window. Touch. What am I doing? You are touching the wall. What am I doing? You are touching the picture. Touch your tie, please. What's he doing? He's touching his tie. Sentence. What's this? It's a sentence. What?
And sorry, Kengo, I think let's stop
Mhm.
there because we don't have much
Okay.
time. So great. So today we had new work until the head word translation, paragraph 84 of stage 2, and you read until the
Mhm.
head word sentence, paragraph 36, and then, yeah, stage 1.
36. Mhm.
Okay, that's great, Kengo. Thank you for coming again. That's great
Thank
job as
you.
always. You're welcome. And you're
Mhm.
going back to work right after this class.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately. Well, enjoy the rest of the day and see you again. Have a nice day.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye for
you.
now. See
Bye
you.
bye.
Yeah, thank